What's good, everybody? Apple Dokkan here, back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we've got a very special video, which is probably going to be a very controversial video as well, because as we do sometimes on these big celebrations, we are going to rank the top 10 LR units in the game with the addition of the new 10th anniversary LRs. Of course, we've got them right here on the screen. We've got Goku, and then we've got Vegeta as well. Very, very good units, I would say. One of them a little not as good as the others, but we are just going to get into this right here. I do have the tier list ready, and I do have every other unit ready right there on the tabs, and let's just get straight into this. Of course, I don't want to waste any more time. First unit I'm gonna have on my top 10 list is going to be a unit that was actually like very weird to rate on release, right? Because this Broly, his team was basically just only Brolys, and if you didn't have all of those Brolys, then you kind of just didn't really run this guy's team too much. But this team has gotten buffed so much, bro. You've got the Janemba EZA. Like, if I just pull this team up, bro, like, look at the units. You even have the new AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku right here, who is going to like be supporting this team with like his super attacks and everything like that. And you just have this guy as well as a leader. Having two of this guy on intro, this guy is giving you 40% defense for 4 turns, so you can literally just float him off as well, and he's still giving you 40% defense to the whole team. Extreme class allies, I mean, right? But you're gonna be using extreme class with this guy all the time, right? And he's giving them 40% defense for 4 turns, which is absolutely insane. 60% damage reduction. And he does have guard when you pull the domain out. And the thing with this guy's domain is you can just immediately do this. As soon as you enter an event, you can immediately active skill with this guy and use his domain, which is giving him guard. So he's basically a very good slot 1 unit with 60% damage reduction and guarding all attacks and supporting your team and orb changing, and attacks are effective against all types. So he basically just does everything, right? He's a utility unit who can go slot 1, and from the 5th turn from this guy's entry turn, which means basically the moment your domain ends, this guy is going to have his revive up unconditionally, right? The moment you go to 5th turn with this guy, on this guy's 5th turn, of course, not on start of the battle, which would have been even better, right? But they kind of wanted to balance him out. You can just immediately revive with 60% HP recovered. The way this passive right here works for him, if another character revives, like you get another character to revive on the team, this guy's gonna get 60% defense. And if you do revive with this guy as well, right, if you get his revive with the 60% defense, you are going to get orb changing, and you're going to get support, attack, and defense 60% for the whole team that he's leading. Absolutely insane thing with this guy as well is that you can just stack his support. This is basically what? This is 15% support here, which is multiplicative because it's a domain, I'm pretty sure, and you can stack that with this, so you're basically giving 55% defense to your characters on turn 1 for the whole team for 4 turns, 55% defense. Absolutely insane unit. I absolutely love him, and I think he's a very, very good pick for our number 10th spot on this list. But enough about Broly now. I'm just gonna take him off. We're gonna go to our next character right here, and he's going to be a very fun one. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This guy, we finally got a standalone Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks LR, and they just really made him absolutely insane. Like, you can feel this guy just feels like a Gotenks unit. He's absolutely crazy to use. I absolutely love him. So key +7 attack and defense +200%. Getting key +7 as an LR means that you're almost like never going to miss an ultra super attack with him, right? He's also a rainbow orb changer, which is one of the most important things to have in this game, because the orbs are always RNG, right? So you might get some very horrible orb fields. The moment you have a rainbow orb changer, those rainbow orbs can make you link those orbs so much easier, right? The thing with this guy is he gets attack and defense 77% when he's receiving an attack, so the moment someone attacks you, you get even more start of turn defense for him. He does have this damage reduction 22% for 5 turns. It's basically kind of like an intro. He doesn't have an intro, but they did still give him the extra damage reduction right here. And he does go up to 55% damage reduction when you're running another final trump card. The thing is with this guy, he's leading Majin Buu Saga, and Majin Buu Saga is basically full of final trump card units. And the new Vegito coming coming out as well. This guy's a fused fighter, so you can run him on that team too, right? The bread and butter of this guy Gotenks is, right, when you're receiving a super attack with him, there's a high chance of you just basically becoming the greatest slot 1 unit this game has ever created, right? 777% defense. It's a high chance, of course, so it's basically a coin flip. It's kind of like you're a dodging unit, but the thing is, this defense carries over, so even if you're being hit by like 7 million damage normals, if you get this up from a super attack, you're gonna take 0 damage from those normals as well, right? And the thing is, if you're going up against a blast super attack enemy, you get 100%, I mean almost 100% damage reduction with this guy. You're gonna be on 99% damage reduction if you still have his 5-turn damage reduction, and he's actually gonna counter as well, right, with ferocious power, which means that this counter is gonna do like 20 million or even more than that. And the thing is, we have a lot of key blast super attack bosses in the game now, right, with the new stages that were put out for like the Vegeta story red zone, Goku story red zone as well. A lot of those have key blast super attacks, and this Gotenks is a very easy slot 1 for them. He's absolutely amazing. The reason he is a little low on this list though is the moment you lose this, like the moment you lose that 55% damage reduction with him and go back to 33%, he can kind of be like iffy on slot 1, because at the end of the day, it's only a high chance of you getting this, and it's only on a super attack. So if you're getting like normal 5 times before you get super, this guy's gonna take damage. Like, he's gonna take a lot of damage. He basically becomes a slot 2 after. I really like it when my units are like, let's just say they're slot 2 for like 1 turn, and then they just become slot 1 gods, right? Because like the hardest fight in the game right now is Go Frieza, where being a unit that's like that is always gonna help you out in that fight quite a bit. But this guy is very good against like Janemba and Gogeta. He's gonna be absolutely amazing against those fights, even against Go Frieza, right? Because at the end of the day, he does have an active skill, which is raising his defense by 77% for 1 turn. So you can pop this active skill, and you can pop him slot 1. He's probably still gonna die to like a massive Go Frieza super attack, but he still does have the 50% chance of just not dying from it, right? So that's the thing with this Gotenks. A very, very Gotenks-like unit. I really like him. Very RNG. I mean, not really too much RNG, it's just the only coin flip that you have, but that is very cool. That's a very cool little mechanic that they gave him. But now, after having my boy Gotenks here on number 9, a very, very deserved number 9 spot for my boy right here, we're just gonna go to the other unit, right? So, I've seen a lot of people not really rate this unit too much, honestly. I mean, this UI Goku right here, he is like, we all know what he does, right? At this point in the game, he came out a year ago. I mean, his EZA came out a year ago, right? And he just does, he's just him, bro. He's just him. This guy is coming in with 200% attack and defense. You've got like 77% chances of launching additional super attacks, 77% chance of evading enemy attack, right? But the thing with this UI Goku is, every single time there's gonna be short fight meta, he's always gonna be there just because of this. For 1 turn, from this guy's entry turn, he gets 7 ki, which is gonna help you out, go to 24 ki with him before he builds up his ki, and he evades every attack. Every single attack. It doesn't matter what the attack is, he just evades it. That's a guaranteed dodge turn, turn 1 for this MUI Goku. 2 of the hardest fights in the game right now being the turn 1 Gogeta and Janemba fights. Very, very important ability to actually have on your back pocket, right? So for every attack evaded, this guy is getting 7% dodge within the turn. And the way this worked, we thought this was like a separate chance to dodge, but it was actually revealed by someone in the community. This is stackable dodge for him within the turn. So from 77%, it's gonna go to 84%, 91%, 98%, and then guaranteed dodge if you get hit 5. I mean, not really get hit. If you actually dodge 5 times with this guy, any single attack that's targeting him after those 5 attacks is gonna be dodged, guaranteed, right? Very, very easily. And he does get ki plus 2 up to 10 ki and up to 150% defense. And the thing with this is, it's so easy to get this because he has guaranteed dodge for the first turn. For the first turn, you just pop him slot 1 and you're almost always gonna have the full build up for him, right? And the thing is, 24 ki, he gets attack 77% and performs a critical hit, but it's not over because this man also has a revive. He has a revive, which not only gives you 77% HP when you revive with him, he also gets extra ki and extra attack and defense, and a guaranteed dodge turn again. So he's giving you 2 0 damage guaranteed turns the first time that he appears and after you revive with him. And he's doing damage, and he can go up to like over 1 million defense. The thing with this guy that I've noticed a lot of people talk about is that 17 and golden Frieza phase. And a lot of people were talking about, oh man, like he can be dodge cancelled. But at this point, I think that was a problem on release, where you didn't really have as much damage on your teams and you would spend like 3 turns on that phase. You can now one-tap that phase. Like any team this Goku is, you can one-tap that phase. Alright, and it's not only the other units that are doing damage, it's this guy too, because he has guaranteed crits, and he's also giving crit support to his allies, right, for 2 turns. That's a 7% crit support for 2 turns, and if you get 3 super attacks with this guy, which is usually going to be the case, not only are you going to be guaranteed critting on every single one of those super attacks, you're also going to be giving 21% crit support for your whole rotation, right, which is gonna help everyone else do even more damage. And not only that, you have the active skill as well, which is giving him guaranteed crit because it counts as a 24 key. It's just doing insane damage to the enemy. This guy is still one of the best units to use against Go Frieza to actually bypass the damage cap, right, and to absolutely just one turn Go Frieza just by himself. I don't know why people don't rate him as much. I do rate him though, and I think being on number 8 here is absolutely amazing for him. I think he's absolutely amazing right there where he's placed. Now, going to our number 7 unit is going to be a unit that has always been underrated from the community. On release, this guy was massively underrated. On EZA, this guy was massively underrated as well. I don't know why people keep underrating this unit. He's an absolutely insanely good unit to actually have in your team, right? So this guy, Janemba, bro, I mean, look, he starts out by just guarding every single attack and by having damage reduction. Just having guard and damage reduction as a unit is always going to be absolutely amazing for you. And the thing with this Janemba as well is, this guy is a build-up unit. His first turn is always not really gonna be the greatest ever to see. He can get up to 166% attack and defense for every attack performed, which is very good because a lot of units need to super attack to get their build-ups and everything like that, but this Janemba just gets key, attack and defense, and crit with every attack performed. Like, even if he normals for you, you are still going to just very easily get his build-ups. And the thing with him is, like, he does so much damage because of this right here. Attack 66% he does get on 22 or more key, and it's very easy to get to that. I mean, after you've built up, alright? On the first turn, you're probably not gonna see this too much. Paired with the fact that you have 66% crit, this guy is actually gonna do some insane damage for you. And the thing is as well, look, as the first or second attacker in a turn, this guy's getting an extra 22% damage reduction. So you're gonna start out the fight with guarding every single attack that is thrown at you, 44% damage reduction, and you have a high chance of evading enemies' attack when you're receiving a super attack. Right? So the moment this guy is targeted by a super attack, you have a 50% chance of taking 0 damage. It's basically the same thing as Tech Gotenks, but the reason why Tech Gotenks is below this guy on the list is because this guy becomes way better with his build up. While Gotenks loses his damage reduction, this Janemba can just go slot 1 and just tank everything, right? And then just dodge a super attack. Or maybe just tank the super attack as well, because 44% damage reduction with the defense this guy's gonna have after you build him up and the guard, he's basically just gonna tank every single super attack in the game, right? It's absolutely amazing. And to add to that, this guy has a rage form as well. Not something that you can control though, sadly, and it is from the 6th turn of the start of battle. So I think while you can definitely take his rage form into account about why this guy is so good, you're not usually gonna see this too much, but when you do, this guy Janemba literally he just nukes. Because he has a 100% chance to crit, and he changes the whole key sphere field to physical key sphere. So you're gonna have 23 orbs, and he gets 16% attack for every single key sphere that he obtains. So the moment you get this out, you're gonna get rid of boss super attack, and you're probably just gonna get rid of the boss himself, right? Because you're just gonna nuke with a guaranteed crit. Janemba is just very good. I don't know why people keep underrating this unit. He's absolutely amazing. His first turn might be like a little iffy, but I still don't see him being being too bad on that first turn because he's gonna have the chance to dodge, he's gonna have the damage reduction and guard, and then you're gonna build up with him and he's gonna be absolutely insane. He's an amazing unit. But you know who else is an amazing unit? Absolutely insane unit. Other than this Janemba right here, yeah, it's gonna be this Gohan. A lot of people do have this guy on top 5, and honestly, I can definitely see it. I can 100% see it. If you want to have this guy top 5 over the other unit that I have on top 5, then sure thing. I don't really care too much about it. This Gohan is absolutely insane. He's definitely top 5 material. I just really like the other unit a little more than this guy, right? Gohan is insane. The only thing, the only weakness this unit has is that third one. On his third one, this guy is like, he's a fish, alright? He just doesn't have the defense or the damage, alright? Because the thing with this Gohan is he does start at key +5 attack and defense 200%, which is very good, but he does build up so much of his attack and defense with his attacks performed. This is very good still for every attack performed. Like, you don't have to actually super attack with this guy to actually get these build-ups. You have to super attack 5 times or just attack 5 times for him to get his full build-up of 150% defense and 200% attack, right? For every single super attack performed as well within the turn, he's getting 77% attack. So the thing with this Gohan is his third attack is always going to be the same attack stat as his ultra super attack, or even higher than that. But he can do so much damage, bro. So much damage. Because if you're attacking with 24 key as well, you're getting an extra attack boost. You're getting an additional super attack, which is gonna help him out even more if you get that 24 keys, so you can actually build him up. And attacks are effective against all types when HP is 77% or more, right? So if you have more than 77% HP and you get a 24 key, he's just absolutely demolishing the boss. Not on the first turn probably, because you're probably not gonna get 24 key with this guy on the first turn. It's kind of hard to do. You do have a lot of support on this. He's a Super Saiyan. He's a Super Saiyan hybrid Saiyan, so he's gonna be on a lot of teams that heavily support him. So you will more often than not get 24 key with him, but on that first turn still, he's not going to do the craziest ever damage. He is guarding every single attack when you have another Kamehameha or Warriors Raised on Earth category ally, which is basically what you're going to be running this guy with, because it does lead Kamehameha if you want to run 2 of him. And a lot of the Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans and Super Saiyans, I mean Hybrid Saiyans, all of them are on Earthbred Fighters, first of all. All of them, almost all of them have Kamehameha as well. Almost all of the pure Saiyans, I mean Goku only, but most of them have Kamehameha as well, so it's very easy to get this guy's guard and key +2 and then a high chance of evading the enemy attack when you have 77% or less HP. When receiving an attack, that is very important because that is not start of turn. If you lose HP in the middle of the turn, this guy's gonna have his dodge up immediately, right? But what really matters with this Gohan is the fact that he has this standby right here, which can just be activated immediately. Like, if you somehow take damage on turn 1 before you enter the fight, and you enter the fight with this guy on the turn, you're gonna be able to stand by with him. You're gonna be able to immediately become an absolutely insane slot 1 unit, because this guy on his standby guards every single attack, has 77% damage reduction, and he's getting defense for every key sphere obtained. 50% defense for key sphere obtained. You know how insane that is? If you get 7 key spheres, that's 350% defense with guard, with damage reduction, and he's giving support by 77% attack to every single super class ally attacking in the same turn. And the thing with this is, this lasts for 5 turns, right? So you have an absolutely insane slot 1 for 5 turns who's supporting your whole team, and when you're done with this, he's getting 258% attack, and that is going to add on to the orbs that you get with him to actually launch his family Kamehameha, which causes super ultimate damage to enemy and raises attack by 20% per charge count. And this guy can be so easily over 100 charges with this standby because it lasts for 4 turns, bro. And he's gonna be super effective against all types, by the way, which means that you're always gonna go damage cap with this guy the moment you launch this family Kamehameha. He just kills the boss before the boss kills you. He's insane. And that's why I'm saying, if you want to have him top 5, you can very easily have him top 5. It's just that first turn that really kind of sucks with this guy. And the only reason why I have, boom, Tech Gogeta right here in front of him is because their first turn, I think, is a little better. I do think that their first turn is a little better because they do have that damage reduction and they do get so much defense. They greatly raise defense on both of their super attacks, right? And these guys can additional attack so many times, right? And they are going to get so much defense. And the thing with them is they do get an extra 20% damage reduction as well if you're below 70% HP or less at the start of the turn. This is kind of like to help them out. If you can't actually transform with them on the turn, you're gonna get 60% damage reduction, and these guys are gonna be greatly raising defense. They do as well stack attacks, so the moment Gogeta is out, he's gonna be able to do some insane damage. They also do Rainbow Orb Change, which I like a lot more than whatever Gohan is doing on turn 1. I don't think Gohan is really doing anything for the team on turn 1. Rainbow Orb Changing is absolutely amazing, and they can do some very good damage as well. I don't think they have any crits. I'm pretty sure they don't really have any crits, but they can do some good damage considering the fact that they are doing some other stuff as well. They're being very good defensively and they're actually giving you rainbow key spheres, right? But the real banger part of this unit is when this guy comes out. Like, I mean, like, it's super Gogeta. I don't even know how to explain how good this guy is when he comes out. So he recovers HP, he gets attack and defense, he gets guaranteed crit for 1 turn, 40% damage reduction, and pairing that up with the fact that you can guard every single attack with a rainbow key sphere obtained when he randomly changes key spheres to rainbow key spheres. He's just a very good designed unit. He's absolutely amazing. He has an additional super attack when you gain the rainbow key sphere and an attack 77% as well. So he's gonna do a lot of damage, considering the fact that you are guaranteed critting and guaranteed additional attacking, right? Even more attack and defense right here, and he gets 40% damage reduction before attacking for 5 turns, so he has 80% damage reduction with guard on slot 1 with a scouter as well. And it's the thing is, he has the Janemba ability as well, to where a super attack can just be dodged if you win the coin flip with him. So even if you get hit by, let's say, a 30 million damage super attack, which this guy can probably, I don't think he can tank that if he has his damage reduction up with the guard still. You can just evade it. And if it's a strike super attack, if you have super attacked first, you can just nullify it as well. Yeah, I mean, this Gogeta is very good. With the release of the new Vegito as well, this Gogeta being an amazing link partner for that Vegito does gain a lot of value as well. And giving the scouter is just very good. It's just an absolutely insane unit, and I think he very easily deserves top 5 slot on this list. And I feel like the top 4 right here, I think it's very easy to just say who they are, right? I'm just gonna have Tech Broly and STR Beast right here. I feel like Tech Broly and STR Beast are just some very good units. I don't really need to talk about that too much. People know what Tech Broly does and what STR Beast does. Absolutely insane turn 1 units that just take 0 damage for like 7 turns or something like that, and they do some very good damage. I mean, Beast at this point, his damage is not the craziest ever. The reason why I do have Beast over Broly, right, is just because of the taunt. Just having this, it's absolutely insane. You immediately get 24 key. Every single attack on the turn is redirected to you, so you are basically just helping out your whole team. Beast Gohan is just, you can defeat events with Cyberman on the team just because of Beast Gohan's taunt, right? And he's performing critical hits for the whole turn, and he's getting attack while he's being hit, right? So Beast Gohan is just, I don't really need to talk about him too much. That's the reason why I have him there. Broly as well is an absolutely insane slot 1 unit. This guy's not attacking on his first turn, but I don't think that matters too much, because at the end of the day, he's got 90% damage reduction with guard. He is giving his whole team key +2, attack and defense 60% for 1 turn. I feel like these guys are very interchangeable as well. Like the number 6 and 5 and number 4 and 3 are very interchangeable. If you want to have Broly on 3, sure, go for it. I don't really care about it too much. I'm just gonna have Beast there because I really love the taunt over the other stuff that Broly is doing, right? I don't think Broly has that team protector mechanic like Beast does, but they're very similar units. Broly does a little more damage than Beast does. I mean, I say a little more. It's more damage than Beast does. But yeah, I am just going to have them right there, and we're gonna go on my boy AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't even know. How do I even start with this guy, bro? He's just absolutely insane. 10th anniversary units, man. I mean, who could have expected a 10th anniversary unit to be absolutely crazy in this game? So the thing with this Goku is he does start out key +3 attack and defense 200%. Very, very good stuff right there. He does have a high chance of performing a critical hit. His key mechanics are so good. Like, you get +2 per AGL key sphere obtained, so you're getting 4 key for 1 AGL key sphere, and you're basically getting 2 key if it's another key sphere, right? Absolutely insane. Power beyond Super Saiyan category allies. Defense 50% up, and you're usually going to be running this guy with Power Beyond Super Saiyan because Giant Ape Power is basically just Power Beyond Super Saiyan. That is just Super Saiyan 4 team with a couple of exceptions in there. And for 4 turns, while this guy is on his entry turn, he doesn't have an intro, but they usually do that. Even though he doesn't have an intro, they do give him 4 turns of guarding every single attack and 70% chance to dodge. So yeah, look, guard with dodge is very good, especially if the dodge is 70%. So I mean, I don't even really know what else to say. I feel like his base is so perfect. His base is absolutely amazing. This lasts for 4 turns, and the beautiful thing is, when you lose this, you can just go Giant Ape. So there's no real danger to running this Goku and you losing the guard and the dodge, because the moment you do that, you're gonna go into Giant Ape, you're gonna get rid of the boss super attack, you're gonna do critical hits on every single one of your super attacks, and you're gonna go into one of the greatest supporting characters ever released in this game, because this guy, the moment you get Super Saiyan 4, first of all, you're gonna be healing if you're below 44% HP at the start of turn. Like, you can see it right here, below 44% or less, you recover 44% HP, because why not? Because he's just Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And on his Ultra Super Attack, he's raising attack and defense by 44% for 2 turns. 2 turns is absolutely insane, because this is multiplicative support right here, so it's even more than 44% when it's going into like calculations and everything. It's just absolutely insane. But the real thing about this Goku is the fact that he's giving 70% defense and 10% damage reduction to Giant Ape Power, which he leads, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, which he is a category that he is on, and that has some of the best units in the game. Alright, he's just giving so much. He does guard all attacks. The thing is, he doesn't really have damage reduction for himself, so you can't really put him slot 1. If this guy had like 50% damage reduction, or like 44% damage reduction at least, he would have been so much more broken, bro. But this guy is already very broken, so he doesn't really need that too much. For 4 turns, you are guaranteed critting. You're getting so much attack and defense every single time you do anything with this guy, even when you collect orbs, bro. Like, if you get key, he's just gonna get 44% attack and defense for every 4 key. He's healing you for every single attack received and every single attack performed. He just gets crits. This is for the whole fight as well. So the moment you lose his guaranteed crit, you're just still gonna have guaranteed crit because he's just getting it just for attacking. Just why not? This guy is just absolutely amazing. But the thing that you can do with this guy as well, Giant Ape Power is like not really the greatest team in the world right now. But this guy with a new leader skill is giving 220% to Giant Ape Power. And not only that, this guy is making those units so much more better because of the 70% defense and 10% damage reduction, bro. Just 10% damage reduction, just giving that and 70% defense to some of the units on Giant Ape Power who do already have damage reduction, like let's say physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito or AGL Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Giving those units this, it's like giving them an easy A, and they are so much more better now. That's the thing with this Goku. He makes some shit units actually be runnable on some of the hardest fights in the game, and that's why I love him so much. He is a very, very easy second place, and I mean, look, you already know who's gonna be first place. Alright, let's just be real with ourselves right here. Vegito is just on another level. I mean, look, on the first day of release, I really thought that Super Saiyan 4 Goku was better than Vegito because I liked his base a little more than this Goku, right? Because you can actually put Super Saiyan 4 Goku's base on slot 1 because of his guard and dodge, but you can really do that with this Goku, but I don't think that matters too much because with this, the thing is with this Goku, man, I mean, he's just... He's just doing so much. He's doing so much. He's supporting you 40% defense from turn 1 for some of the best categories. I mean, I say some of the best categories. It's Potara and Earth Protecting Heroes, which are both categories that are going to be on Fused Fighters. And I mean, he leads Earth Protecting Heroes. And by the way, I'm just going to say, you get an extra 50% to Earthbred Fighters and Potara. They are just getting so much stats just from this Goku right here. Like, you're giving 40% defense right there. For 3 turns from this character's entry turn, he is going to have 50% damage reduction, and he is going to get 20% damage reduction. And as the second or third attacker in the turn, this guy's getting an extra 20% damage reduction. So you're on 90% damage reduction the moment you attack with this guy on slot 2, by the way. So you are just unkillable. You are quite literally unkillable for 3 turns on slot 2. The only real weakness of this unit is being locked, but the only locking phase in the game right now is Tech 17, and I don't think this Goku can honestly live that super attack. If he supers first and goes to 70% damage reduction, this Goku can live that super attack. I don't think he can live it immediately though, which is something that makes me like AGL Super Saiyan 3 base more, right? Like, I like Goku's base more because if he gets locked slot 1, he has that 70% chance to just dodge the super attack that you're being hit with. But like, the thing is with this guy, starting from the 4th turn, from start of battle, not his 4th turn by the way, just start of battle, if you get him turn 3 and you go on the next turn, you're just immediately getting this, right? Like, you are just going to immediately get this with this Goku right here. Or if you just keep him on rotation for turn 2 and it's turn 4, he's just gonna immediately get this and meet up with Vegeta. And you are going to be able to constantly switch with this Vegeta and this Goku. And this Vegeta is just... I don't even know where to start with this Vegeta as well, because this guy has 50% damage reduction right here. When he's receiving an attack with 10 or more ki, he gets another 20% damage reduction. So he has 70% damage reduction while guarding all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. He is stacking defense greatly and normally on both of his super attacks right here. By the way, Goku does stack attack on both of his super attacks as well, so you are going to be able to like build up Vegeta, or you're going to be able to choose if you want to build up defense or attack as well, because this reversible exchange thing, you can just constantly do it all the time. You can constantly just keep on going and doing this, right, which is absolutely amazing for this unit. He gets an additional super attack at 20 or more ki, by the way, which is very easily to get with this guy. He is supporting you Ki +1 and attack 40% for Earth Protecting Heroes or Potara categories, allies of course, and he's getting another chance to additional as the first attacker in a turn, which means that you can just stack defense 4 times in a turn with this guy, with one of those being a greatly stack of your defense, right, a 50% stack. But now we're gonna go to the part of the unit that absolutely gaps the whole game. I mean, look, the moment this guy is out, you fully recover HP. And you get 300% attack and defense. He gets Ki +3 for any Ki sphere obtained, so he's always gonna be on 24 Ki. He guards all attacks. He has a 60% damage reduction rate. He gives attack and defense 40% to Earth Protecting Heroes or Potara allies. He has no 12 Ki, by the way, so all of his additionals are ultra super attacks. So he is giving himself 50% attack and defense for 1 turn for every single super attack that he does. For every attack that he performs, he gets up to 100% crit, and for every attack that he receives, he gets 10% attack, and he counters on every single attack that he receives. And he has a scouter as well for 4 turns, just in case, you know, just in case. I don't even know why he needs the scouter, because he can just absolutely fucking tank any super attack in the game. And the thing is, like, that's not even it, because he has his active skill, which is a taunt on a counter unit. A taunt on a counter unit, bro. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this, bro. All of his attacks are guaranteed crits for 1 turn when you use his taunt, and he gets 300% defense as well. I really don't know what to say. Just go, man. Just go, bro. You got it. The moment you transform with this guy, he just gaps the whole game. I don't think there's a unit in the game right now that does what Vegito does the moment he transforms. Right? He's just insane. He's just insane. And you can see this list, and I know a lot of people are gonna go crazy because STR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is missing. from this list. I want to go to him real quick. I am so saddened by this, bro. I hate this. I honestly hate this. 10th anniversary. Look at that art, bro. Man. Thing with Vegeta is, this is it. This right here is all you're getting with him. He only gets an intro. I mean, his intro is good. He gets 30% damage reduction and attack for 6 turn, which is very, very good. He does get a 200% attack and defense. I mean, everyone does. He is a rainbow orb changer, right? Which is helping this guy out a lot, but this is like pseudo. I call this pseudo orb changing because all the orbs that he's changing here, he needs them for himself. You need to get orbs with him. For every 2 key sphere obtained, this guy launches an additional attack that has a medium chance. Just reading that medium chance absolutely destroys me. And that's the thing with this guy. Yes, he gets up to a 200% defense. Yes, he gets so much attack when attacking. That's all he does. He gets critical, guaranteed crits after you perform 7 or more super attacks in a battle, man. He is greatly raising his attack, which is like a greatly stack. You're always gonna get this with him because it's a unit ultra super attack, right? Which you are getting with UI Goku. And you are running this guy on Universe Survival Saga, which is an absolutely amazing team with the extra 220%. But that's all he does. He doesn't support. He doesn't have an active skill. He's just a slot 2 unit. That's all he does. But the thing is, look, to be fair to him, he does get an extra 30% damage reduction when you perform 6 or more supers. Just, bro, if this was a high chance of becoming a super attack, I would be so much more appealed by this guy, but I'm not, man. Look, for every attack that he does, it does raise his damage reduction to 7%, which means that on slot 2, this guy is just unkillable. Right, he's gonna be unkillable. But that is what the Goku side of this unit does, bro. Like, this is what this guy does. He is unkillable on slot 2 because he gets 90% damage reduction, and then he can transform to Super Vegito. But for Vegeta, that's all he does. Like, he does damage, sure, that's it. There's no team protecting ability, there's no support. His orb changing is just for himself because he needs 8 orbs, bro. No, he needs 10 orbs. I'm like, he needs 10 orbs on a turn, bro. Oh my god. Like, no, man. Look, every single unit on this list right here gives something to the team. Vegeta is a very, very selfish unit, and it makes sense. It's Vegeta. But it's Dragon Ball Super Vegeta, so he shouldn't be this selfish. I don't know, man. Every single unit here does something for the team. This guy's giving you a revive. And he's giving you the domain, he's giving you the support. Gotenks right here can be one of the greatest slot 1s in the game while doing insane damage with his active skill, with his guaranteed crits that he can get from turn 1. Not turn 7 or after performing 7 supers. No, he just gets that turn 1. This guy's giving you 2 free dodge turns with a revive. Janemba is giving you insane slot 1 capabilities with good damage as well, and a rage form. Gohan is giving you probably one of the worst turn 1s in the game, and then going on to being one of the best slot 1 units in the game, and giving you a nuke that can immediately one-shot the enemy before the turn even starts, which is supporting you as well, which Vegeta is not doing. Then you've got these guys, who their base is not really the craziest thing ever. They are a slot 2 unit, but they transform on turn 4 to one of the best units in the game as well, with Gogeta giving Scouters, being an insane slot 1 unit. Same thing with Broly and Beast. I mean, I don't really need to say anything more about the top 4 here, bro, because you know how much better these units are. Unless you're a Vegeta fan, like a massive Vegeta fan, you just know all 4 of these units right here are massively better than him. Way better than him. And every single unit right here from 5 to 10 is just giving the team something more valuable than just damage and just being unkillable in slot 2. Everyone here is unkillable in slot 2. Some of them are just slot 1 monsters as well, but they're giving you something else while doing damage. Look, I'm sorry, if you're a Vegeta fan, I love Vegeta as well. This is just... what they did with this unit is absolutely abhorrent, bro. No active skill. This just felt like the unit that they had. They were like, oh shit, we gotta put out 3 LRs. And they put this guy out. That's just how this Vegeta feels. He feels like an afterthought, bro. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. This was a very long one. I'm sorry about that. But this is usually how these videos are. I do want to put out my thoughts and everything out there. So it isn't just, oh yeah, this guy's 7. let's go to the other one. So I really want to put out my thoughts out there like that. But yeah, man, look, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down there, leave a like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it if you stayed until the end as well. As I said, this is a very long video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please be civil in the comments. Look, if there was like some placement you didn't agree about, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not gonna agree with a lot of these, definitely let me know down below in the comments. Different opinions from some other people, and I think that's what makes these types of videos very fun. The discussion can be very fun. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.